Okay. Hello, dear friends from Jerusalem. Welcome to our weekly vigil on behalf of the Middle East. We're so grateful that so many of us keep up the weekly flow of the will to love, the will to peace. Upon request, we are showing a map of the area on the screen. A map, yeah, so we can get a pictorial image of the entities of the countries that are mentioned in the meditation. So we see here in yellow Israel. Yes. And then in light gray, the West Bank, that's on the east, has a common border with Jordan. And you can see the Gaza Strip, the size of it. It's border with Israel. It's a border with Egypt. Yeah, the Gaza Strip. Yes. Yeah. And you see on the border with Egypt, you see the town, the city Rafah, which is on the news lately. Okay. In the north, we have Lebanon. And in the northeast, Syria. And the east, Jordan. And in the south, Egypt. So we'll stay for a few seconds with this image. And express our gratefulness again and again for this coming together, support, and the work we're doing. Thank you. Over to you, Uta.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yes, thank you also for your messages, your impressions, your suggestions. So, for example, this suggestion of the map and other suggestions that we are taking into account as we continue developing this work. Of course, we learn all the time by doing this work together, and we are very grateful for all your input. So please keep it coming, even if perhaps I'm not so quick in answering, but we do read them. Okay, so let us settle into our body and just breathe for a moment. connecting with the earth, connecting with our heart, and finding within it a point of peace, point of equilibrium, and now let our mind expand into a silence, into a spaciousness, to stillness. Let us join now together as souls, as silent watchers, turning our eyes to the area of Israel and the Palestinian territories. And encircling it with our hearts. Expanding our hearts and visualizing many people from all over the world joining this circle, holding together this heart space. And just being here for a moment, releasing all else, just holding a heart space. Joining now our minds into a one-pointed focus. Standing in the will to peace. Becoming aware now of the higher forces who stand with us, our higher co-workers standing behind us, forming a protective circle around us. Allowing ourselves to feel this protection, to feel this focused love stabilizing us. And now, as impartial observers, let us focus in on the region. Beginning again with the area of Israel. Allowing ourselves to sense into the atmosphere, into the emotional mental field of Israel. And now moving our gaze to the Palestinian territories, first the West Bank. Allowing ourselves to sense the emotional, mental sphere. And the happenings. And now focusing in on the Gaza Strip, watching, sensing while we continue breathing, remaining in our alignment as impartial observers, just witnessing. Focusing in on the border area between Gaza and Egypt. And including now the neighboring countries, beginning with Egypt and its role in this crisis. Making contact with the consciousness of Egypt. And moving now to Jordan, to the east. And Syria to the northeast. And Lebanon to the north. And embracing for a moment the whole area of the Middle East. Now, focusing in with our circle and touching back for a moment with the higher co-workers that stand behind us, that support us in this work. Aligning with the stream of the will to love coming from them. Allowing it to enter our heart, this place between the shoulder blades, where love and will unite. And standing here between our higher co-workers and the people of the region, let us remember that we are all souls. Soul brothers and sisters. As a group, let us now invoke the soul consciousness of all participants in this war. Let us visualize the inhabitants move through the suffering towards soul awareness. Let pain bring due reward of light and love. Let us take a moment to hold space for this to happen. Let pain bring due reward of light and love. And now, sensing this pure golden white soul light streaming through us, broad and brilliant, pouring through each of our hearts onto the region. Let our combined soul light flood the whole area. Let us now see this clarifying, strengthening light surrounding especially the thinkers on both sides and in other nations who work behind the scenes for a solution which takes into account the highest good of all. See the peace workers of the new era being aligned with their souls and with their higher guidance, and being held in a protective space. Let us visualize these thinkers evolving new ways towards resolution. Ways that are based on our common humanness, See these new thought forms of solution slowly taking shape. Gaining substance. See the whole mental space in which they emerge, becoming lighter and brighter and stronger. See this mental space in the whole region becoming more penetrable for the soul light. See the soul light penetrate downwards through this emotional field into the physical, into the earth. See it as a purifying energy flowing through. Visualize the seeds of a higher order slowly rising out of the many everyday small local initiatives on both sides. Small sparks of everyday light. See a higher order based on right relations taking shape in the entire Middle East. Entire new order based on right relations. Let us take a moment to hold space for this possibility. Let the soul light spread out now as a blessing throughout the world. As we sound now the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic, let us radiate the possibility of a new day into the consciousness of the people in the Middle East.
נקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, יזרום האהבה בלבבות אנוש, ושוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. והמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון, ויחדשו אור, אהבה ועוצמה, את התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإله ليشع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإله ليتسرب الحب إلى قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعوم بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض. الله أمين.